and welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And this is the podcast where we tell each other stories like fairy tales and folk tales and mythology. Anything we want to talk about.
Ghost stories, even.
Ooh, snake stories. Stories about shopping.
Rock stories.
And politics. And also, you are here.
Hi.
Why was it so hard to come up with things?
I don't know.
Anything.
I was having a really hard time with that also.
Just like panic and like dead air between us. Just like fucking think of anything. Any one thing.
Tooth stories. Paper stories.
Clothes pins. I said snake because it's a picture of a snake on the wall behind you. Anyway, welcome to the podcast where we look at things and name them.
Janey.
And Max.
And also you are here.
Welcome. This is not for children, even though what we just did was a very child activity. Just look at things and name it. Mm-hmm. Kids fucking love that.
They do.
But this isn't for them. We're going to curse a lot. Max, how you doing?
Hey, I'm pretty good. How are you?
I am pretty okay. Just so you guys know, this episode, we are recording it 2 weeks in advance, but it's coming out on the 28th, which is the week of Christmas if you celebrate. Merry Christmas. If you don't, happy being winter and being the end of the year. How you doing? You panicking? Don't.
I am.
I am too, already, preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, though.
This has been a rough year.
This has been a weird year. I was just talking to a friend. 2023 weirdly doesn't seem...
Rub it in my face.
I have friends outside of you. Don't worry about it.
Sure. And this is how I find out.
But 2023 doesn't feel real. It feels like...
It doesn't feel very real.
It doesn't feel very real.
It feels like it was imaginary.
Shush. But yeah.
It just feels like I've been hallucinating.
Feels a little bit like I've been hallucinating. Or like time hasn't actually passed.
Yeah.
It's a strange year.
It's been a very long, very short year.
Yeah. So if you are panicking a little about the new year, which is what I do, 2024 can only be more interesting than this one.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Or less would be fine also.
Different. Different is good.
Different.
How do you feel about different years? Let us know in the Discord.
Fingers crossed that it's different. We're also going to be recording the January bonus episode, I believe.
That's true. Soon. We have one more episode to record.
For the January bonus episode, do you want to talk about our years? How weird they were?
Oh my God. Let's do a top 3 list of weirdest things that happened.
Yeah.
Except that nothing weird has happened.
I did some weird stuff with bees.
You know what? You did do some weird stuff with bees. I did nothing. My art business, I can't think about this right now. We're going to cut all that.
Okay.
The answer is no, Max.
All right.
So if you are listening to this episode on the 28th, this is your warning that we're not going to be here for the next 2 weeks. We are taking a whittle break. The babiest whittle break you've ever have seen. Except for the week-long break. That was actually babier than the one we're about to take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to take some time off, do some speech therapy. Try to learn how to talk like adults.
I'm going to call my old speech therapist that I had to go to for like 12 years in school. And I'm just going to be like, oh no, back again. Why? Because you didn't fix me, Barbara. You didn't fix me. Yeah, we're not going to be here for the first 2 weeks of January. We're coming back big with episode 115 on January 18th. And we'll have lots of stories to tell you then, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, if you just miss us so much that you can't even stand it and you're tearing your hair out.
Oh my God,
and,
where are they?
Throwing yourself on the ground and stomping your feet and crying and wailing.
Throwing up
and
on
saying,
your cat.
where did they go?
Taking your cat to the groomers, spending too much money because the groomers are like, there's a fee for cleaning up vomit off your cat.
That's how money is exchanged for goods and services.
Yeah. So if all that happens and you're like, I don't want that to happen, I want to preempt that.
Then you can join us on Patreon. For $3, you can join our Discord, which also means that you get access to the book club, where we read a book with all of our lovely Discord friends, and then we record a mini episode where we summarize the book and we talk about it. You'll also get access to the rest of the stuff on the Discord, which is a lot of me sending weird memes, that like people ask us questions,
people and sharing their life events. We've had a lot of like cool graduates in our chat lately. Congratulations
to Hannah and B Duck, who both graduated last week.
Yeah, like it's cool as hell. It's also just like, B-Duck got a master's degree. Hannah graduated
As an RN.
as an RN. Like, it's cool as shit. You guys are brilliant, and we're proud of you, and we feel like we're part of this now. So thank you for inviting us. So yeah, be a part of that community. It's a fucking rad one. It really is.
It really is.
It is. Take our word.
Or for $7, you can...
Be a story baby.
Yeah, be a story baby. If you're a story baby, then every month you get access to a brand new, full-length, super special, fuzzy, but not in a moldy way, episode.
Nobody was thinking moldy until you said it. How dare you?
Every month we release a bonus episode just for our $7 Patreons. So if you join us at the $7 tier, you get access to all upcoming bonus episodes for as long as you're a patron. You also get access to the back catalog of bonus episodes. And these are full-length episodes. They're just like our regular episodes, but they're secret.
They're secret. They're also fucking fun.
Yeah, they're pretty unhinged.
Yeah, I have a great time. Yeah, join that. Max, you did a fantastic job with that.
Thank you so much.
2023 really was the year where you were forced to be able to do this well. Mm-hmm. Not this, but I mean, like, announce the Patreon. Oh, fuck. My brain is fuzzy as in moldy.
In 2024, I'm gonna trick you into doing it every time.
Oh, fuck. You know what the best part of 2023 was for this podcast?
What?
Keith.
Oh, Keith.
The best part of 2023 was Keith, and we'll never top it. Don't expect it. Please don't expect it for 2024. Not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or is it?
Who's to say? Who's to say? Anyways, Janey.
Yeah.
You got any more stuff? You want to do the thing?
Hold on. Do I have more stuff? Do I have more stuff? No.
Oh, well, I'm glad I held.
You get to tell me a story first today.
I do, and I'm very excited.
Are you excited about it?
Yeah, this episode is coming out after Christmas, but I'm still telling a Christmas story.
It's coming out the week of Christmas.
And that counts, basically.
It counts.
Yeah, everyone I'm getting presents for is going to get them the week of Christmas, probably after, because I haven't started shopping for them yet.
I'm having to stop myself from giving you yours every second of every day.
Oh, no.
I know.
I'm so excited and so scared.
I think you'll be happy.
Throwback to my birthday when Janey got me a ladder, and it was a great present.
Hey! I will say, getting my longtime female friend who I live with our many bad animals, a ladder for Christmas doesn't help squash the lore.
Listen.
I'm like, it's extendable. It can go 16 feet. She's going to be so high up. She's going to be able to replace all the light bulbs and do so much repair on the house. And all my coworkers are like, okay. So your wife?
I am a 29-year-old woman who is also somehow a 50-year-old father.
My 50-year-old father.
Yeah.
And you can't date your 50-year-old father, so...
Yeah, I will say going into 2023, I was like, this is the year that I'm going to be a divorced dad. And I think that I have really, really settled into that. I think that I've done a really good job of being a divorced dad this year.
You really did do a good job of being a divorced dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right?
I'm imagining those high-waisted pants you have that are brown and have pleats.
Yeah.
That's divorced dad core.
Yeah. Literally to work last week, I wore like a white cotton polo and then like brown trousers that were pulled up to my waist with black belt and black shoes.
Yeah.
And my big old horn-rimmed glasses.
Max,
and a watch. I'm going divorced dad mode.
This is blowing my mind.
I also have a lanyard. I was wearing a lanyard.
I mean, I have a lanyard too. It has Pokemon on it that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the kids fucking love my Pokemon enamel pins. It makes me so cool. Okay. Well, we promised stories and then we talked for a bit more. Do you want to do stories now?
All right.
Okay. I'm going to stop the podcast real quick and then we're going to come back and all of us will be inside of Max's divorced dad apartment. So get ready to see a lot of khaki.
Woo! And over here, you'll see my collection of 80s football memorabilia.
Aww.
And here's my collection of sandals.
Aww.
Anyways, would you like a beer? I have lots.
I'm 15.
I'm getting really into IPAs.
Dad, no.
Maybe a cigarette?
Dad just like scouring the fucking newspaper for anything free he can take his kids to.
You want to go to this petting zoo? Regular zoo. You want to go to this regular zoo?
That costs money. Okay.
All right, Janey, the story that I have for you today is a story that I have in a collection of books called Russian Magic Tales from Pushkin to Platonov, which I think is a joke that I don't get, and that's fine. Edited by Robert Chandler. I've used this book once before. The cover, I think, looks like a guy who farted and then a couple of women behind him who are smelling it.
Yeah, especially the one that has her hand up like she's like been like wafting it away from her. She has one eye closed and she's frowning so hard. She's like, whoo, whoo, whoo.
That is the PUist face I've ever seen.
It really is. Actually, the other girl also looks like she's doing that. We just catch her with her like her hand with the back of their hand to us.
It's also the fact that both of them have one eye closed and it's the eye that's closest to him, as though it like burns.
And also the embellishment on his throne looks like wavy little stink lines with like a little fire emoji.
It does look like a big fart cloud.
It does.
Anyways.
Guys, I'm gonna take a picture. I forgot to put the picture in there last time because I'm human and also sad. But I'm gonna put this picture up there so you can see how much they're smelling his fart and how much they hate it.
Yeah, more like from Pushkin to Fartinov.
That's a joke I don't get.
I don't even. It's the name of the book. I don't get it. This story is originally from Nadezhda Teffy, who was a Russian immigrant to Paris after the Russian Revolution in the early 1900s. She wrote a bunch of really cool books, and a lot of them are really weird. A lot of them are very much like indictments of story tropes in a weird way, where she's like, it's weird that this is how we tell this story.
That's basically what our podcast is.
Yeah. Anyways, she's like a critic of many things and a little bit of a post-literary figure. I didn't do a whole lot of research, I'll be honest. A lot of her work is about like criticizing the way that other people were writing at the time and prior. Okay. So this story is called When the Crayfish Whistled, a Christmas Horror.
I also have a whistle in my
Oh my
story.
God.
The word whistle comes up a couple times.
Oh.
This is the Whistler.
The Whistler.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this episode after dark.
Or on a pirate ship. It's a bad luck to whistle on a pirate ship. It'll attract mermaids. Mermaids whistle, and there's a storm coming. Listen, I don't have to tell you about mermaids, okay? You've been there. Just fucking tell your story.
What if I'm trying to attract mermaids?
Oh, then fucking listen to this episode on a pirate ship. Do it.
Super loud.
Yeah. On a bullhorn, even.
On a bullhorn, even. Mm-hmm. So it is the day of Christmas, and this family has finished opening all of their presents. They have had friends over, and the friends have left, and it's kind of in the, like, sort of quiet, weird time when it's, like, still technically Christmas, but it's, like, after all the Christmas stuff has happened. You know what I mean?
What if you were just telling me about the blob thing again?
And then they hear a slapping sound against the window.
Here's what I think we should do, genuinely. I think that we should cut together any story that has anything to do with Christmas into one giant episode.
What? We could just make a playlist.
Yeah, I think we should make a playlist.
What?
Of Christmas stories and release that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So it's in that like weird time, like the evening of Christmas when everyone's very tired, but you still technically have to hang out because it's like family time, but it's also like we're all so tired and we don't want to be around each other anymore. Mm-hmm. But then like anytime someone tries to leave, your family's like, no, it's Christmas. We all have to hang out. And nobody's super thrilled about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's during that time, and the mother and the father of the family are taking the decorations off of the Christmas tree. They are taking all of the like strings of beads and the ornaments and everything down. And their son, Petya Jabotikin, don't know if I pronounced that right, probably didn't. Their son Petya is playing with one of his new toys nearby, and he's listening to his mother and father. Specifically, he has just received a rocking horse for Christmas, which he's very excited about.
Yeah.
And
that's the equivalent of like the G.I. Joe Jeep that kids got in like the 90s.
Oh, God, my brother had one of those and I was so jealous.
I had a Barbie Jeep, no big deal.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Fuck off.
Yeah. One of my first ever Christmas memory was in Japan. I came down, underneath the tree was a Barbie Jeep, like out of the box with like all set up, and I screamed, "Santa got me a car!" And then I jumped in and I rode it around the living room.
That's really good.
Best fucking Christmas ever. That's honestly top. That's one. That's number one.
Pretty good.
They were all downhill from there, which is a bummer because I was like 4.
Oh, no. So he has this new rocking horse that he just got for Christmas, and he's so excited about it that all he can think of doing is sitting with his rocking horse and slowly and methodically pulling out the hairs from its tail.
Oh, no.
It has these like birch bark fibers for a tail, and he's just sitting there and peacefully pulling them out one by one while his parents undecorate the Christmas tree.
Jeez. Everybody's doing a bad job at Christmas right now. Like, let it sit for a while.
No.
All right.
You gotta get that shit out of there. It's bad vibes. It's over.
Oh.
It's like, just let it go already. It's barely even Christmas anymore.
Isn't it Christmas morning in this story?
No, it's like Christmas evening. I was very specific.
Okay, it's Christmas evening, but like, that's too soon to take down your Christmas tree. You have to leave it up until after the New Year.
What?
Yeah. Don't people take down their Christmas tree at like January 12th or something like that because it's supposed to be like Jesus' real birthday or something?
I've never heard of that before in my life. My family would either take it down a month later, after bitching about it for a month, or the next day.
That's wild. Guys, when do you take down your Christmas decorations? Because I'm almost positive you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to, in quotations. But like January, like 12th, like the second week of January. There's like a specific date. Or maybe like the 21st or something. Jesus' birthday is supposed to be like a couple weeks later.
Yeah, but it's not for him.
Not in your heathen family.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, my family has a lot of like really, 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 really old Christmas ornaments. So usually like the next day we try and get them off the tree so that the dogs don't eat them.
That's true. All of your Christmas ornaments are made from old carrots.
Mm-hmm.
So
ancient bacon. So he's pulling out the hairs of this horse's tail and listening to his parents, and his dad is kind of like huffing and puffing, and he's like, we're never getting a Christmas tree again. This is a waste of money. And
we only
it's a waste of time.
24 hours before we take it down.
Yeah. He's like, it's not the amount that it costs and the amount of hassle of getting it into the house, putting everything on it, and then taking everything off of it and then getting it out of the house and getting rid of it is simply not worth the amount of joy that we get from having a Christmas tree. This is the last year I'm buying a Christmas tree. And his wife sees an opening and she says, yeah, it is really expensive. I thought your dad was going to send us a little bit of money this Christmas, but I didn't see anything. And the father says, a likely story. We'll get something from my father the day that crayfish start to whistle. You know how you say?
Title of film.
Title of film.
Okay.
Classic title of film. And Petya, from over next to his fake horse, says, I thought he'd send me a pony. He's a little British Russian boy.
Papa, wasn't Grandpapa supposed to send me a real pony?
A real live pony that I could ride around?
When I pluck the tail of my real pony, it'll scream.
Please, Papa, won't you ring Grandpapa up and tell him that he owes me a pony?
A little clop clop for your grandson. Chip chip cheerio.
This is in Russia.
Classic Russia.
Papa, I'm so terrified about the Russian state.
Papa, the Bolsheviks. The Bolsheviks were supposed to bring me a pony as well. Chip chip cheerio.
Do they even know about Christmas, Papa?
Papa! The pony!
I bet the Bolshevik children got ponies for Christmas.
Classic Russian British kid.
Ooh, that felt a little offensive.
I was about to say, that might not age well, actually.
Oh my God. One of the last courses that I took in college was this, like, basically like a history class, kind of, and it was about, like, identity throughout history. I had to do a final project about the Russian Revolution and how, like, people's ideas of themselves changed after the Russian Revolution, especially, like, wealthy people had come to believe that they were kind of, like, post-human a little bit, and like how a revolution changes those ideas about yourself and about like your own worth and everything like that. So like, but in order to do that, I was assigned this project, by the way. In order to do that, I had to learn like everything about every single Russian Revolution for the past 300 years. And I didn't start the project until the day before I was supposed to do a 30-minute talk and a 10-page paper on it. So I just sat down on that fancy little couch that we used to have in our old house and read like 4 books in a row. And then I learned everything about the Russian Revolution really fast. And then I did my presentation. I didn't sleep. I did my presentation. I turned in my 10-page paper. And then I slept for 2 days.
Yeah.
But for a brief period of time, I knew every single thing about every single Russian Revolution.
Wasn't that fancy couch stuffed with horsehair?
No. Yes, it was. The other one, the like long couch.
The red one that I got for free off a free cycle?
No, the...
Oh, like the Chase Lounge thing?
Yes.
We had a lot of seating area in that house.
Just the 3, really.
And then the downstairs, we had a whole, like,
oh yeah,
long couch. And yeah, we had a lot of seating.
Is this fascinating? Yes. A catalog of all the couches we used to have.
You guys come here for couch talk, yes?
Yes. It's like pillow talk.
I was just about to say that, but it's about couches.
But it's more company friendly. So Patya says, I thought he'd send me a pony. And his dad says, ha, a likely story. Well, you'll get a pony from my father the day crayfish start to whistle. And no, I didn't lose my place. He says the same thing twice.
And she's like, hey, should we double wrap these ornaments so that they don't get smashed because I know we might move? We'll double wrap the ornaments the day the crayfish start to whistle.
Yeah.
This guy has one saying.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
And Petya asks his father, he's like, Papa, please. Papa! He says, Papa, why a crayfish?
Yeah. Do we even have those in Russia, Papa?
Papa, super quick question. What parts of the world can you find crayfish in?
It feels impossible that they'd be in Missouri and here in Russia.
And yet. So he's like, Papa, why crayfish? And his dad is like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, why is grandfather not giving us anything until crayfish whistle? And the dad is like, oh, no, and he like thinks for a second and he's like, I could explain to my son that this is sort of like a pithy phrase where it's like, oh, like when pigs fly and it's not going to happen. And that's what I'm expressing that this isn't going to happen. And rather than saying not going to happen, I'm saying it'll happen when crayfish can whistle. And he thinks about explaining all of this to his son. And instead he says, that's not what fathers are for. And so he cuffs his son on the back of the head and says, go to bed.
I thought he was gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be like, that's not what fathers are for. And then he was gonna tell him like an even stupider story.
I also thought that's where that was going, but it was like in his head, he was like having this whole thing where he was like, I guess I could explain to him that this is like all of this, or I could not. Bye.
I choose not.
I choose not.
Yeah.
So Petya goes to bed and he lies awake all night and he cannot stop thinking about this concept of all of the amazing things that he and his family will have when crayfish learn to whistle. And he's like, well, it can't be that difficult, right? For crayfish to whistle. I mean, why haven't they done it already? And the next morning he wakes up and he goes downstairs and he asks the cook in the kitchen, whose name is Sekletina.
Okay.
He asks her, like, why can't crayfish whistle? And she looks at him and she's like, because they don't have lips, I guess.
So I gotta get him some lips.
Yes.
Oh no.
That is the lesson that he takes away from this. He's like, so really it's just a question of genetics, and we're doing amazing things with genetics in Russia right now.
Horrified by where the story is going. Max,
it is a Christmas horror.
Max, what the fuck?
You're correct. That's where it's going.
Oh no.
He's like, well, it's really just a question of genetics and evolution. I mean, the only reason why crayfish can't whistle is because they don't have lips or, lungs. So if someone, animals evolve all the time. This is a post, Darwin theory of evolution era in Russia, apparently.
I'm sorry. This kid wanted a pony from his grandpapa, and also he knows about post-Darwinism?
Yeah.
The fuck is up with this little psycho?
He's an indoor kid.
He's like in his footy pajamas, like, all we have to do is get the scientists to evolve crayfish to have lips.
Yes. Yes.
I hate him.
That's what this story is about.
This kid needs to be fucking taken out for the good of humanity. A Terminator needs to come and fucking blow his head off.
Do you know the plot of the Terminator movies is about the Terminator not blowing a kid's head off?
Yeah, but I think he should come and blow the kid's head off.
That's what the bad guys think. You understand this, right? In the Terminator movies, that's what the bad guys think.
The Terminator is an agent who does what he's told to do. I think they should send a Terminator to terminate a child. And I think
and
that
you see how that makes you the bad guy,
he would do that for the good of humanity. You saying that you wouldn't go up to baby Hitler in his little footy pajamas and punch him in the dick?
This is not a conversation I'm interested in having. I don't want to say anything that could be incriminating in a future or past criminal case.
Just so you know, I wouldn't go up to baby Hitler and punch him in the dick. That might be
wow, you're a bad person.
I know.
So this kid is like, well, I mean, surely, like, we could create through horrific scientific experiments some kind of crayfish that has lips and lungs. It's just a question of someone trying. And I don't know why nobody's tried yet, because obviously there are so many things that are dependent upon the whistling skills of a crayfish. All of our wishes would come true if only a crayfish could whistle. So over the course of the following years, he devotes himself to this idea.
Years?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And part of his logic is he's like, well, if my father was just like, it'll never happen, he would say something like, when elephants fly, which we all understand to be genetically impossible.
Yes.
Like, the structure of an elephant is not conducive to flying. But the only reason why crayfish can't whistle is because they don't have lips or lungs. So if we give them lips and lungs, then it'll be right there, you know? So he's like, what he's saying is that the chance is slim. He's not saying that it's impossible. So I'm going to take that slim chance of crayfish whistling and make it a reality. And this becomes his fixation. He gets older and he continues to study the field of science and try and better understand the biology of crayfish. He goes to university.
Oh my
and
God.
gets a doctorate in marine biology.
What the fuck is this story?
And he devotes his life to figuring out how to make crayfish whistle.
Uh-huh.
And eventually he gets married. It's not a happy marriage because he resents her for having lungs when crayfish do not.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. He hates his wife because she's just over there breathing like it's easy.
But he's breathing.
Yeah, but he's trying to fix the problem.
Okay.
So eventually they divorce.
Sure, good for her.
But he does have a son as a result of this. And for the rest of his life, he continues to study science. He also gets involved in the occult, where he's like, well, if, you know, science isn't offering a solution, then, you know, maybe something else will. And so he begins to study, like, occult practices that could, I guess, give a crayfish lungs. Are you enjoying this story?
I am very stressed. It's like that horror story, if you give a mouse a cookie. What else will this crayfish ask for?
Teeth.
Ugh.
Toes.
Oh. Those are the two worst things you could have named.
Mm-hmm. A tongue.
Tits.
Hair.
Okay, you can continue. I'm just very upset now.
A rocket launcher.
This big titty crayfish holding a rocket launcher, wearing an American flag bikini.
Big old bouffant hair.
Amy Winehouse eyeliner. This crayfish is hot as shit.
Ooh, she cray.
She cray.
So, over the course of his life, he continues to throw himself at this problem of solving the crayfish issue.
No one else in the world has this issue.
It's just him. He continues to throw himself at this problem. But, you know, nobody lives forever. And he is an old man.
Not even him?
Not even him. He's an old man and he is on his deathbed and he calls his son to him, who is now a young man himself. Mm-hmm. And he says, my boy, I want to tell you something and I want you to make me a promise. And his son is like, yes, Papa, anything. What is it? And the old man says, I want you to promise me. I have spent my whole life searching in vain for a scientific impossibility, a way to make crayfish, give them the respiratory system to be able to create a whistling sound with their mouths. And I have devoted every moment of my time since I was a young child to doing this thing, and I have not done it. And he, like, a single tear rolls down his face, and his son is like, oh, Papa, it's okay. And his dad is like, no, let me go through this. Listen, you listen to me. You have your whole life ahead of you. You have so much potential. I want you to go out there and keep trying to figure out how to make crayfish whistle. I want you to devote your life to the same thing that I did.
Fucking ruin his life. Have you thought about giving them an ass? Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. And then instead of it whistling, maybe it claps. Is that enough for you, Father?
No, and it's weird that you would ask.
You fucking pervert. Get out of here.
So he makes his son promise to continue on this search for a way to make crayfish whistle. And his son promises, and he's like, Papa, I know this is important to you. I will spend the rest of my days trying to solve this problem. And with that, Petya passes away. His son was already continuing in his father's footsteps in the study of science. He finds all of his father's notes, and he continues his research. And eventually he finds his occult research as well. And so he's able to synthesize these things. And, he starts to think that he can see a glimmer of a solution to this problem of the crayfish whistling. Mm-hmm. But many years have passed at this point. He has a son of his own, and he is struck down by illness, and on his deathbed, he calls his son to him.
This story sounds AI generated.
It really does. He calls his son to him, a young man himself.
Sure.
And he says, my son, I was given this holy mission by my father, and I have devoted my life to it as he devoted his life to it before me, and now it is your mission. You must find a way to make a crayfish whistle. And his son is like, yes, Papa, I will do all that I can. And so the grandson now of Petya, also devotes his entire life to trying to find a way to make the goddamn crayfish whistle. But no one lives forever.
Oh my God, no. What the fuck?
And on his deathbed, he calls his son to him.
Who is procreating with these guys? Who's allowing them?
Women's standards are so low at this point in history.
Oh my God.
He calls his son to him, and he's like, my son, you gotta make him whistle. Listen, we've been doing this for a long time, and if we come up with nothing, it's gonna be really embarrassing. So you have to continue trying to do this. 3 generations of our family have now devoted their lives to this. This is our legacy, and you have to figure out how to make crayfish whistle. Here are all of my notes. Here's where I am. Go into the world and find a way to make him fucking whistle. And so now his son, the great-grandson of Petya, is like, yes, Papa, I will. And his father passes away, and he takes all of his father's notes, and he's like, we've been here, and we've been trying to figure this out for so long. Mm-hmm. Maybe the answers aren't here. And so he gets on a ship, and he leaves for the new world of America.
Okay.
He gets to America, and he changes his name from...
Oh my God.
Zhibatkin.
From Zhibatkin to Gates. He becomes Bill Gates.
Oh my God.
You're telling us an origin story.
Yeah, of the micro shrimp computer.
Micro
shrimp. So he changes his name to the much more Americanized and palatable name. His last name becomes Jeb.
Jeb Bush?
No, Jeb is a first name. He becomes Mr. Jeb.
Okay.
He gets to America and he continues his research. Time passes. And there's a line in the story. It says, just as before, people wanted more than they could get. Just as before, they suffered, consumed by wishes that could never be fulfilled.
Okay.
We watched The Grinch for the first time last night.
We did.
Yeah. For me, the first time.
I've seen it many, many times. I don't know if you could tell that by the everything about me, but I have consumed The Grinch. Max has not until recently.
You consumed The Grinch?
Yeah, he lives inside me now.
Oh my god, your body's a trash mountain. I had a great time with that film.
Why do you think every time I have anything to eat, I yell, dump it to crumpet? Because of that.
I thought it was just quirky.
It is.
It is quirky.
Yeah.
The little Grinch inside of you who shouts that is a quirky girl. So, as much as things have changed in these 4 generations, in some ways nothing has changed at all. And, people, still have these things that they want and can't have, and they're still making these wishes that will never come true until a crayfish whistles.
Sure. I'm sure everybody's thinking that.
Yes, everybody is constantly being
this is not a popular phrase.
It is not. And then one day, a newspaper comes out with a curious advertisement. The advertisement reads, "Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. The work of many generations is nearing completion. Mr. Jeb and Company on December 25th, Christmas,
Oh my god, that's today.
will unveil a crayfish that can whistle. When this crayfish whistles, 1 out of every 100 people's wishes will be granted. We estimate 1% of wishes in the world will come true."
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Just randomly?
Mm-hmm.
Feel like that's your odds anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You wish for an extra piece of pie, and then you get an extra piece of pie? Thank the crayfish.
Thank the crayfish.
Thank the crayfish.
Everyone reading this advertisement kind of initially is like, oh, this American is trying to sell snake oil, right? Mr. Jeb. Okay.
He's trying to sell crayfish whistles, but okay.
They're like, there's no way that he can make that happen. And like, what a ridiculous thing to promise. Does he think we're idiots? Mm-hmm. But this advertisement shows up in more papers. And the papers begin to post pictures of Jeb in his laboratory surrounded by science equipment. And everyone's like, maybe this guy's for real. Everyone sort of begins to believe it. And there's this buzz in society. At this point, I think it's like early summer. So there's some time yet before this crayfish is going to be unveiled. But all of society begins to buzz about this idea that, maybe it's true. Maybe he will show us a crayfish that can whistle.
Okay.
We've all been waiting.
Okay.
Eventually, they publish a picture of the crayfish himself.
Oh. And it's one of those Kylie Jenner, lip oil ads. It's just close up of crayfish lips.
It could be and should be.
Kylie.
The newspapers publish a picture of the crayfish. It has, quote, goggly eyes and a jaunty mustache.
It has a mustache?
Yeah, like a little, how crayfish have the little,
oh, yeah.
thingies? Yeah.
Okay.
But his is, especially jaunty. And he's got
They've
big
curled
old eyes. Yes. He's got a generally dashing expression.
Oh my god, he's hot.
He's a handsome little fish. I know they're not fish.
My god, I'm sorry to all of our little crawdaddy audience who's listening and just got so horrifically insulted by Max calling them fish.
He's wearing a little knit jacket that laces up on the sides.
Who knit that jacket for him?
Mr. Jeb.
Mr. Jeb.
And it's hard to tell. It seems like he maybe doesn't have a tail, or maybe he's just wearing really thick woolen trousers.
Oh my god.
But it kind of seems like maybe he doesn't have a tail. So this is clearly it looks enough like a crayfish that you're like, that's probably related to a crayfish. But also it has clearly been the subject of lots of scientific intervention. It has evolved. And it does have visible lips underneath of its jaunty mustache.
Okay.
And so this picture is published in black and white in all of the newspapers, and everyone's like, oh my god, so it's super real then. This is gonna happen, we're gonna get our wishes granted.
Crangelina Jolie.
What's happening?
Trying to think of big-lipped ladies and their crawfish names. Grangelina Jolie is all I came up with. And Criley. Really, it's just putting CR in front of vowels. That's my process.
It's incredible to get a glimpse into your beautiful mind.
Thank you, Papa.
So this black and white picture is published and everyone's like, okay, so this is real. And everyone gets so excited about this crayfish. Anyone who still doubted is like, all right, I was wrong. The crayfish is real. And he's going to grant all of our wishes. And people begin to paint pictures of this crayfish based on the image that they've seen. But it's black and white, so they can't really tell what color he is. So some of them paint it like bright orange, or some of them paint it like a purple with gold flecks or something like that. And they're like, it's got to be really cool, right? Yeah. And he appears on postcards and stamps and everything. They're like, the wishing crayfish. He's going to whistle. The wishing, whistling crayfish. There's a Rowanberry vodka brand that takes him on as like their marketing.
Why is this so realistic?
I don't know.
This part stopped being a fairy tale. Now it's about like marketing. Advertisement agencies.
Yes.
What the hell?
So this vodka brand is like, hey, we're the unofficial vodka of the Whistling Crayfish. And they like print it on all the bottles. And everyone's like, oh my God, we love it. And then there's this Russian airship that's built that's like shaped like a crayfish. Yeah. And it like flies kind of backwards. So it's like a crayfish scooting along. And everyone's like, we love the crayfish.
What? Okay.
And all of the finest ladies in society would not dare to be seen in public without a couple of little crayfish claw pins in their hats, because it's all the fashion nowadays.
No, keep going.
Mr. Jebb and Company, hoping to sort of cash in on all of this excitement, since, everyone's making a little bit off of this crayfish. You got the vodka brand and everything, and they're not even related to this. Yeah. Mr. Jebb and Company, who are, after all, the reason for the season.
Sure.
If you will.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we've got to start making some money off of this too. So they start to sell stock in Mr. Jebb and Company.
You haven't even produced the crayfish yet.
Yeah. So they start selling stock, and they make big money immediately. It like sells out immediately. The price skyrockets. It is beyond what anybody could have possibly imagined as like like a prospect as far as stocks go. And like to have stock in this company is a marker of someone who is very financially savvy and who is sure to succeed as a result of their, quote unquote, gamble on the market. So this becomes like the most talked about and successful stock of all time. From across the world, 42 gramophone recorders are sent by various newspaper agencies and other companies hoping to make a profit. They are sent to the place where the crayfish will whistle to record the sound of the crayfish whistling for posterity. So,
okay. Gonna shoot it into space.
What?
They put stuff into space. It's gonna be this a record with the sound of a crayfish whistling. The picture of his makeup ads. And the aliens are like, I wished for that. That's what I wished for.
Wow. So Christmas Eve, everyone is abuzz. There are lots of like crayfish launch parties where everyone's like, we're going to see him tomorrow. And they have like designated telegram operators who are ready to receive news across the world that this crayfish has successfully whistled in America.
Yeah.
Christmas morning, everyone is up bright and early. They are ready to hear confirmation that the crayfish has in fact whistled and all of their wishes will come true.
Whistled.
Everyone gathers in the town squares, and in one town in particular, there's this huge crowd of people. There's like a police force that's like trying to keep the crowd kind of calm and orderly and everything. Just lots of like policemen on horses and everything, like going through the crowd and being like, hey, settle down. How the police are.
Being buzzkills.
Being bug kills.
Because crayfish are bugs.
No.
I'm pretty sure that crawdads are little bugs.
No, they're crustaceans.
Little bugs.
That's racist.
I don't think it is.
Pretty sure it is.
I think I'm right.
Well, so in this town square, it's announced that when they get the telegram confirming that the crayfish has whistled, they're going to sound a cannon so that everyone will know, Mm-hmm. So everyone's crowded into this town square and they're all waiting with bated breath. And at exactly 2 p.m., they hear a roar begin to rise from inside of the town hall, and then they hear the resounding crack of a cannon being fired, and they know the Crayfish, all the way in America, has whistled.
Oh my God.
And everyone begins to cheer and shout and whoop. And they look around, ready for the wishes to start happening. Just a reminder that this is called the Christmas Horror.
That's what the name is?
It is called When the Crayfish Whistled, a Christmas Horror.
Okay.
Just so you guys know.
Oh no! What are you about to tell us?
So as they are looking around for their wishes to start coming true, a colonel in the audience, like a military man who's all in his military garb, he's a very tall man and he's very, very stocky. He starts looking around and then he starts to swell.
Oh my God.
And he starts to blow up like a balloon and just starts inflating. And as he does so, all of the shiny buttons on the front of his uniform start to pop off one at a time. Mm-hmm. And the last one pops off and his jacket rips open. And as though that was the only thing holding him together, he explodes.
He pops like a popcorn kernel.
Like a popcorn kernel.
Oh God.
And a tiny little soldier next to him, just a really skinny little guy, screams.
Yeah.
And then is like, "Someone arrest me! I did it! I did it! I wished that he would explode!" And he puts his wrists up to the nearest police officer. He's like, "Please arrest me or I'll kill again!" And at this moment, pandemonium breaks out.
Yeah.
An old lady wearing a fox fur cloak begins to spin rapidly and descend into the earth and to be consumed by the earth itself. And the only reaction to be heard is someone's like, "My God, the bitch is gone!" There are two women and they're accompanied by one of them's brother, who is the other one's husband.
Yeah.
And both of them their faces turn purple and they begin to choke on their own tongues while he screams and cries and he's like, "My God, what have I done?" All across the world, people die at an alarming rate in horrifying ways because everyone was wishing that someone would die horribly.
It only grants one specific kind of wish.
It only grants one kind of wish.
Oh, fuck.
So that night, everyone has retreated into their homes, and they're all not looking at each other and trying very hard to remember what they've been wishing for this whole time.
Yeah.
Because clearly things are about to go wrong, and they're like, "Who have I wronged? Oh, God, okay."
Yeah.
Let me see, is there anyone who would be wishing me dead right now? And how can I stop this from happening?
Yeah.
So everyone is shut up in their house. The only person who gets anything positive out of this is a little girl in New Guinea.
Okay.
Who had a head cold and was coughing all night the previous night, and her aunt was watching over her and wished that her head cold would go away so that she would stop coughing. And her head cold goes away. So
well, that's nice.
Good for her. Big congrats. Everyone else, though, everyone starts just dying.
Oh my God.
Mr. Jebb and Company, though, are still making tons of money. They are selling whistles. Big money in the stock market. And this is the only reason why humanity does not wish itself into non-existence, is because Mr. Jebb and Company, in order to keep up with the demands of the market, they push the crayfish to whistle more and more and more. They give him stimulants and also electric stimulants to keep him whistling far past the point of exhaustion. And after a long and terrible time, the crayfish's poor heart gives out and he dies.
Oh my God.
And then everyone else stops dying. And the crayfish is buried underneath of a tombstone, and the tombstone reads, "Here lies the crayfish that whistled, the property of Mr. Jebb and Company, a crayfish that satisfied human souls and fulfilled their most ardent wishes. Pray never, never awake again." The end.
What the fuck? Max, sometimes when researching for stories for this podcast, I think, like, one day we're going to run out of new stories to tell. This changed my mind. Never mind. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Capitalism is a plague.
Capitalism is a plague.
And be careful what you wish for.
I thought when you said he was selling whistles that he was making little crawdad-shaped whistles.
Aw.
And I thought that would be cute.
That would be cute.
But nope, it was more horrifying than that.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
What did you think?
Good fucking Lord. What? Good fucking Lord.
Pretty good, right? Merry Christmas, right?
I can honestly say I don't think I have any thoughts. No thoughts.
I almost didn't. So I found this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. I'm so happy you saved it for this week.
Yeah. And then I was like, I'm definitely going to forget about this by the time we're recording like close to Christmas. But I dog-eared the page and I told a different story from this collection, which was one of the Baba Yaga stories.
Yeah.
And then I was looking through my books today and I came across a dog-eared page and I was like, I wonder what that is. And it was this story and I was like, oh, fate intervened and I have to tell this weird fucking story.
That was so good and so fucking weird.
Just some really weird Christmas sci-fi for you. Just a moralistic tale about the dangers of capitalism and the stock market. And also a cautionary tale about obsession.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
There are lots of ways.
I'm trying to remember my thoughts. I literally cannot remember anything I thought during that tale. Like, what the fuck?
There are lots of ways that you can interpret this as like a metaphor for real historical events or an indictment of like certain kinds of behavior. However, rather than thinking about that, I like to take it at fully face value and say that this is a story about generations of men who came together in their loneliness to perfect a whistling crayfish because one man did not receive a pony for Christmas.
It's 100%.
And then everyone fucking died.
I am watching through all of Rick and Morty at the moment. This is 100% just a Rick and Morty plot. Like, this is such a Rick and Morty episode. It was just so weird. So that's the first thing. But I like how what year was the story written? Do you know?
Probably 1920s, 1930s.
So that was like right the end of like the Victorian age, but around the time when like steampunk, like science fiction, specifically around like technology and mixing magic and stuff like that, was very popular in writing. Like a lot of our horror stories from that time are kind of reminiscent of that. But you also have things like Around the World in 80 days or 180 days or something like it, you know, like people flying around in blimps and discovering new worlds. And this has a lot of those same feelings, but it's so fucking absurd.
Yeah, so this, like, those stories, a lot of them came from the, like, mid-1800s.
Yeah.
Like 1840 to, like, 1880
and stuff
like that.
And they were, like, whimsical, mostly.
Yeah. And so this is kind of a later iteration of that. And I didn't put it together until you asked when this is from, but this is probably from, like, the 1920s or the 1930s.
If it was 1930s, this would have been around the Great Depression.
Exactly. The stock market crash after the Great Depression, which was like a global event. As much as it was centered in the United States, it affected trade all around the world.
Absolutely.
So I love the idea of kind of being influenced by those older, like, early science fiction stories and taking them and also making it about, like, the greed of the stock market and everything, and also about how humans are bad. And then you write this story.
Does this read like a horror story? Like, how did she write it? What was, like, the quality of writing?
Very matter of fact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was like, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's also likely a work in translation.
Yeah.
But it does feel like a science fiction novel in a lot of ways. It's not like florid or anything like that, but it is, I mean, it's pretty direct.
That's fucking cool.
And there's a lot of build up.
Yeah. Yeah. At no point did I know what was going to happen.
I'm just delighted that now I know about a Christmas horror.
A second Christmas horror that you told us this year.
Yes. Yeah, there was a little unholy Scottish Uncle Tony.
Unholy Scottish Uncle Tony, our little goo guy, slapping his big old belly on windows, sliming away.
I love that neither of those stories have anything to do with Christmas.
Yeah, it's very much like Christmas, it just is a day in these stories.
Yeah. Because, like, yeah, like, we could talk about Krampus and everything like that. There are lots of, like, Christmas adjacent stories that we could tell. And, like, last year for Christmas, I told the story of the painting, the haunted portrait and everything.
The Australian story, the portrait.
Yeah, which also isn't necessarily based on anything Christmassy. Anyways, I just like the idea of Christmas as like a thematic element.
Well, I also like that it is specifically Christmas is the best if you're wanting to make a story about the evils of capitalism. Christmas is the best time to do that. You know, it just it's the reason why the Grinch works so well, you know, is it has a universal element of how overblown Christmas has gotten in like the industry of Christmas. And so even like the first one starting out with we're never doing this again. Like, the cost does not outweigh this. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we had to spend so much money, and now we just have to throw the tree away. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then ending with millions of people getting fucking murdered by by their neighbors' wishes because of a big-lipped crayfish with an ass that don't quit, I assume.
Yeah, this is a misanthropic tale for sure.
Yeah.
Just, people are bad. Also, this is the way that I reveal to you all that I am a Grinch.
Max is a Grinch.
I'm a Grinch.
All right, well, fuck. Max, I legitimately don't want to tell my stupid little story.
I'm so excited for your stupid little story. Thank you for enjoying. I was like, this might be too weird for the podcast, but then I found it like at the perfect time, and I was like, God, I have to though.
Well, I'm gonna bring the mood 180 degrees around, and we're gonna fucking hear a stupid little tale now.
I love it.
Let's take a break, I guess. Okay, Max.
Okay, Janey.
Max. Okay. Today I am pulling from one of my favorite books that I have on my bookshelf. It's called The People Could Fly, American Black Folktales Told by Virginia Hamilton. And it is illustrated by Leo and Diane Dillon, and the illustrations are fucking gorgeous. And I will be showing you the best illustrations. What I like is when they draw children. They're like the cutest fucking children you've ever seen. I know that sounds crazy. Here's something that sounds crazy, but we read so many of these stories. We have so many old illustrated books on our bookshelves. You know, like the ones that you have to get from like resellers and stuff that are no longer being printed, that like people find in their grandparents' like garage, you know? And a lot of those do have illustrations, but most of them either don't have illustrations of Black people, or if they do, they are horrific.
Bad.
They are bad. They are like... Yeah, like the old school Hollywood movies of like white people in blackface, like that sort of bad. And so what I like about this book is that the illustrations they are gorgeous. They're very human, but also they show like, especially like Black children, they're like the cutest fucking kids you've ever seen. I'm going to show you one right now. This is a reflection I had today thinking about this little girl. I'm not going to tell you the story, but it's called A Wolf and Little Daughter.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, but like, yeah, gorgeous in a very much like,
not
I illustrated a little girl.
Yeah.
This is what it is. What you see in this is like a Little Red Riding Hood adaptation, basically. And you see, I've never seen a Black Little Red Riding Hood adaptation. Mm-hmm. And I've also never seen a little Black girl illustrated like this in like a fairy tale collection.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really appreciated it this time. This story is fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It's so scary. This is not the story I'm telling, but I really want to, but it's only like a page long, so I can't. Okay. The story I'm going to tell you today is called Manuel Had a Riddle. Yeah, I picked it because I thought you might like you would like the riddle title.
I would love to hear a riddle.
You might be mad.
Is it a bad riddle?
It's a riddle. Okay.
Is it?
I don't know, actually. So here's the story.
Hey, you guys who are on the Discord, or if you want to send us an email, send me good riddles.
I fucking hate riddles.
Please send me good riddles.
I hate them.
I love riddles, and I feel like I've heard every single one, and all of the ones that I hear now are so bad. If you have a good riddle, please send it to me. I am desperate for riddles.
Okay.
In a normal way that normal people are, and do, and have.
All right. Manuel had a riddle. There once was a king who had a beautiful and very clever daughter. One day he made a proclamation that he would give his whole fortune, or maybe not his whole fortune, he'd just give a fortune, unclear, to anyone who could guess the riddle of the princess. She had a riddle. She wanted people to guess it.
Is her name Manuel?
Yep. his beautiful daughter, Manuel.
Princess Manuel.
The catch was that if the guesser was wrong, the princess would have his head cut off. I guess there was like no wars going on at this time.
Yeah, they were
Everyone
just
was
really
bored.
bored.
They didn't have wars or reality TV. Yeah.
Yeah. Or books.
And no entertainment. So in this kingdom, there lived a poor widow who had a very clever son, and his name was Manuel.
Oh.
Yeah. When he heard the proclamation, Manuel told his mother that he wanted to go to the kingdom to win that treasure. He's like, I could do that. I could do that easily. And then he thought about it, and he's like, no, you know what? Even better, because this is a ridiculous task. I'm going to go to the kingdom, and I'm going to tell her a riddle. I'm changing the fucking game here. So I'm going to do that, okay? And just out here making his own damn rules.
I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Turnabout's fair play?
Yeah. His mother begged him not to go. She was like, hey, 25 people have already gone there to do this, and they've all had their heads cut off publicly. Please don't do this. Like, this isn't worth it. It's a stupid thing. And also, it is a stupid thing. It feels like you're just, like, feeding a monster, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
a riddle monster.
A riddle monster.
Eats heads.
Riddle me this. Crunch, crunch, crunch. But Manuel insisted. He's like, I can do this. I promise. He said, quote, Mother, I'm going, dead or alive, and I will escape. Yeah.
What?
Even if I'm dead, I'm fucking walking there. You can't stop me.
How?
So his mother made him 3 loaves of bread for the journey, and 3 cakes as well. And she was, like, packing him up, and she was like, okay, just so you know, the bread is for your donkey, okay? And then the cakes are for you. Goodbye. And the story says, quote, his donkey's name was Paul.
Oh, Paul and Manuel.
I just love that there was just one sentence that says his donkey's name was Paul.
Just so you know.
For anybody out here who's like, they never name the donkeys. It's a donkey. This passes some sort of Bechdel test. Not sure what it is.
The Donkdale test.
The Donkdale test. Pass.
I really thought you were going to say that she was going to give him a bunch of loaves of bread and a bunch of cakes, and she's going to be like, just so you know, these will go to your hips.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. Why would she give him so much bread and cake?
For his journey.
What about other stuff, though? What about vegetables?
Bread and cakes are shelf safe. They're not shelf safe, but they're not going to go bad and wilt after one day. Okay, bye.
That's what pickles are for.
And some pickles for Paul the donkey.
What about protein? Beans! Give the boy some beans!
So Manuel and Paul traveled all morning long, and eventually Manuel started to feel very hungry.
And very faint, because he wasn't having any protein or vitamins. Only carbs.
So he got off Paul, and he dug...
You shouldn't say that.
He dismounted Paul, and he dug the bread and cakes out of his bag. And the bread was hard, but the cakes were very soft, and they looked delicious. And Manuel thought to himself that Paul had been such a good boy. He'd been an excellent donkey, and he had carried him so well. And so he was like, you deserve a little treat, Paul. I'll tell you what. I'll eat the bread. You can have the cakes. And so he gave Paul the cakes. That's the least he could do.
How many cakes?
3.
All 3?
I think he only gave him 1. I mean, I doubt that he
How
gave
many
him all
cakes
3
did he give the donkey?
I don't know. This isn't part of the riddle. So when Paul ate the cakes, however, he hee-hawed and then fell down dead.
Oh my god!
And Manuel said, quote, my poor little donkey's dead.
Paul!
Not Paul. He was the best of us.
He was a named character. I thought he was safe.
Not Paul. Paul's dead.
God damn.
But Manuel had to go on. He couldn't sit here mourning for Paul for more than a second. So he started walking away.
Wait, does that mean his mom was trying to kill him?
So he started walking away.
Is that the riddle?
He was wiping tears from his eyes. And then 3 vultures flew down onto the donkey, and they began to have themselves a little feast. They dug into Paul's stomach first, and they ripped out his entrails.
Ew.
And Manuel stopped and turned around and watched this all happen because, like, maybe he's a psycho. This couldn't have been fast. Vultures aren't that strong.
They're a little strong.
They have very weak hands. That's, like, known about.
Hands!
That's a fact about vultures. They have very weak hands.
They have baby hands. I'm picturing a vulture with baby hands instead of talons.
Vultures have human baby
up.
hands. Chubby little sausage fingers.
Can you imagine if, like, you saw a vulture just, like, sitting on a fence, but instead of like bird claws. It had just human baby hands that were clutching onto the fence.
I was forced to imagine it just now.
And you're welcome.
I don't like it.
Someone paint us a beautiful oil painting of a vulture with human baby hands.
When they were done eating, the vultures coughed and sputtered, and then they fell down dead, too.
So his mom poisoned him.
Manuel walked over to the dead donkey and tied the dead vultures into a bundle, which he slung over his back, and then he kept walking. Eventually,
and then he ate them, and then he died.
Eventually, he passed 7 robbers who asked if he would sell them his vultures. At which point I want to know, how do you know they're robbers? They're like paying you for the things.
Is this a math riddle?
Yeah, solid.
1 donkey, 3 vultures, 7 robbers.
Manuel gave them a price, which was $0.50 apiece, and the robbers happily paid him. Then they built a fire, and Manuel stuck around to see what would happen, because he's a psycho. And he watched them pluck the birds and cook them. Then they all sat around to eat as a family.
Aww.
And they all began to cough and sputter, and then they all fell down dead.
It seems like Manuel is the robber.
Then he doesn't take the money back. No, he already got money. He doesn't take the vultures back.
Well, yeah, but like he stole their money for poison. He's a swindler.
Or he's a scientist. He's doing some experiments. He's double checking his work. He had a control group.
And then he takes the 7 robbers and he ties them together and he slings them over his shoulder.
Manuel looked at all their dead bodies and said, quote, "Oh, now I have a riddle for the princess. The cake kills Paul, Paul kills 3, and 3 kills 7. Good job, me." And then he walked away. He's been on the hunt for a riddle, Max.
What?
He walked on cheerfully to the palace, and he was so friendly that everyone laughed at him.
Is the riddle answer poison?
I guess.
Cake?
He told everyone that he
had... Poison cake?
So yes.
That's not a riddle, that's just a question with no answer.
His mother had indeed poisoned the cakes. That being said, this does remind me a lot of Samson from the Bible. I told the story.
Also not a riddle.
Not a riddle.
Just a thing that you saw.
Saw something and was like, haha, you'll never guess what I saw. I'm going to come home and be like,
you did this.
Crash. On Highway 17.
You did this to me. You bought a bunch of bottles of wine and you were like, solve the riddle.
Okay, that wasn't something I saw. All the wine bottles had names of your ex-boyfriends. Just because you didn't guess the riddle fast enough doesn't mean that I didn't have a great riddle.
That's not a riddle. That's just a series of things that have something in common.
The question was, what do they have in common?
That's not a riddle, that's just a question.
The question was, guess the theme. And then all the bottles had
a riddle,
different
just a question.
Things. Guys, tell me if that's a riddle. It is a riddle. I think you're salty about it, but I am proud of that riddle. It was guess the theme, and then you spent a long time researching, going over names, and skipping them. It's a riddle. Okay. So he walked on cheerfully to the palace, and he was so friendly that everyone made fun of him.
Wow, okay.
He was like, "I'm here to ask the princess a riddle." And they're like, "That's not how this works. She asks you a riddle." And he's like, "Not today. Today I'm in charge." The king asked him if he knew what he was doing. He's like, "Hey, this is kind of serious. Are you sure you're not stupid?" And Manuel said, "Oh, I sure do know what I'm doing. If the princess guesses my riddle, she'll get to cut off my head. But if she doesn't, I get your fortune.
I get to cut off her head."
Let's do it. So Manuel cleared his throat, and he asked the princess, quote, in the proper way of asking, "What is this thing? The cake kills Paul, Paul kills 3, and 3 kills 7. And the princess sat for about 30 minutes, just like thinking and thinking. And finally, she told the king that she couldn't guess the answer. It wasn't in her book of 1001 riddles. She didn't know it. And so, to me, the answer does seem easy, right? The cake kills Paul, Paul kills 3, and 3 kills 7. I feel like you would be able to guess, like, the cake was poison, 3 things try to eat Paul.
There's not enough in the quote-unquote riddle to indicate what kind of answer it's requesting. You know what I mean? Like, it's very open-ended. It's like, is the question, what were the 3 things and 7 things?
What is the thing was how he started it. What is the thing? So I guess the thing is poison.
Yeah, but what is the thing isn't a good riddle. Do you see what I'm saying?
It says that that's the proper way of asking.
Seems like the wrong way of asking.
Yeah, they need
It's like if you got to like Wheel of Fortune and they were like, they just showed you the blank thing and they were like, what's the thing? Like, I don't know.
Okay, so she's like, I can't guess the answer. I don't know. And the king was pissed, and he did not want to he did not want to part with his fortune for this stupid, friendly little Manuel. So he told him that before he got any money at all, Manuel would have to complete another task, which also doesn't seem like part of the thing, but they're just changing the rules today. He piled 3 bunny rabbits into Manuel's arms, and he told him that he would have to set the rabbits free in the mountains for 30 days. And after that, he would have to bring the rabbits back, and they had to be like all fat and happy when they came back. And then he would give them back to the king, and then if he managed to do that, he would get the fortune. That's his task.
Huh.
Another riddle, perhaps?
What would the riddle possibly be?
Okay. So Manuel took the rabbits and began to walk towards the mountains. So he has 3 rabbits. They're skinny. He's going to set them free in the mountains. He's going to wait 30 days. He's going to somehow get the rabbits back. They're going to be fat, and he's going to give them back to the king. How does he do this?
Goes to the pet store, buys 3 fat rabbits.
Oh my God. You're so bad at riddles. Let me help you out.
This is a test, not a riddle.
Just as Manuel was thinking, I'm never going to solve this riddle. Poor me, I'll never get all that money. Just then, an old witch appeared next to him, completely unprompted in the story.
Oh, so the answer to the riddle is magic?
It is. She asked...
That's a test! That's not a riddle!
She was like, why the long face, Manuel? And he told her his dilemma.
Because I'm a donkey. Wait.
No, I'm not. After listening intently, she pulled a whistle out of her pocket. And she handed it to him. And she said, be careful. This whistle is from a crawdad.
You know how to whistle, don't you?
Is that one on our playlist?
Oh, it should
You know
be.
how to whistle, don't you?
I think it
should be
is.
on our SNL playlist. By the way, we dropped our favorite SNL sketches on a playlist.
All of our favorite sketches mostly from SNL, but also a bunch of other places also. I feel like that's on there.
Should be.
Yeah.
Check it. Okay. It's on our Discord if anybody cares. Okay. So she handed this whistle to him and she said, this whistle will call the rabbits back to you, wherever they are. Just blow it when you want them to come to you.
What if they're dead?
And now Manuel is cheerful. Well, then you're going to be unhappy, but they're going to come back to you.
Ugh.
Cheerfully now, Manuel carried the rabbits the rest of the way and he released them. Then he set up camp and he lived on the mountain for about 15 days, after which he decided to test the whistle out. And sure enough, as soon as he blew it, the rabbits all came hopping back to him. And he stroked their silky fur and he was like, you're so fat, good job. And then he sent them out again. He's like, you're doing great. See you in 15 days. Back at the castle though, the king was worried. He was like, I hope Manuel's not still alive and doing well. I hope he's not. And so he ordered his daughter to disguise herself and go to the mountains. Because apparently there are no servants in this castle to do this.
Uh-huh.
He told her to give the boy any amount of money he wanted for one of his rabbits, so he wouldn't be able to complete his task. And the princess did what she was asked, and she rode up to him on horseback. And she was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, I have to wait for these rabbits to come back to me, and then I'm going to bring it back to the king to get my fortune. And she's like, how do you expect the rabbits to come back to you? You just release them into the mountains. Seems kind of stupid. And he's like, oh, I have this magic whistle. And so he picks up the whistle and he blows them and the rabbits come hopping back. And she's like, God damn it. 2 of these rabbits are identical, but one of them has a black spot on its back. And the princess pointed at it and so was like, I want to buy that rabbit. Can I have it? And she produces a sack full of gold. What can a rabbit cost? $1 million. And she offered it as an exchange. And the boy shook his head and was like, no, I can't sell this rabbit, otherwise I won't complete my task. So, no. And she's like, okay, but what if I doubled it? And she brought out another sack of gold, and he's like, I'll tell you what. I will trade you this rabbit. You can have this rabbit if I can have your gold heart necklace that you're wearing. And she's like, sure, done. And she takes off the necklace, and she takes the rabbit, and she rides away. And of course, as soon as she's gone, Manuel is like, I'm a little sorry for letting that rabbit go. I miss him. So he blows his whistle, and the rabbit jumps out of the bag that she's carrying it in, and he hops back to Manuel, who's very happy to see it. He's like, hi, good boy. Then go off and frolic.
Why wouldn't he take all of the gold coins?
Didn't want him.
Just wanted a nice necklace?
I guess. He's wearing it, and he's like, I look great. Princess Manuel.
Aw, Princess Manuel. When I was little, I didn't know that necklace and Nicholas were different words.
So you thought, Nicholas Holt was Nicholas Holt?
I thought that they were both necklace. Nicholas.
Nicholas!
I thought it was one word, and I was like, it's funny that there are some people named after jewelry.
That is funny.
This is my boyfriend, Anklet.
When the princess got home, she told the king what must have happened. She's like, I don't have this rabbit. I think he blew that whistle. And the queen was listening to this and scoffed and said, well, you don't know very much. And so the queen then disguised herself and she rode to the mountain to offer Manuel even more money for the rabbit. And when she came riding up in disguise, Manuel said to himself, first the daughter came and now the mother. These fucking people. He knew immediately who they were because they're bad at disguises. And also they keep throwing like bags of money that have like the royal seal on him. He's like, this is stupid.
Courtesy of the royal family.
Yeah. She asked him what he was doing, and he told her about his task. And when he told her about the rabbits, she's like, can you possibly expect to bring them back to the palace when you can't even see them? So he blew the whistle and he called them to him. And she pointed at the spotted rabbit immediately. And she said, here's $1 million for that one with a spot. And he's like, this one's not for sale. Not for money, at least. If you really want it, you can have it in exchange for the bracelet on your wrist. Not Bracelet Jones, the baker. And she told him that the bracelet wasn't worth any money. But yeah, he could have it. Which makes me think that it's like a macaroni bracelet that her daughter made her.
Oh,
I know. She's like, take it. This costs nothing.
It's a Livestrong bracelet.
Worthless. He gave her the rabbit, and he watched her ride away for a bit, and then he blew his whistle and welcomed the rabbit back with open arms. When the king heard his wife's story, he decided to go get that damn rabbit himself. He brought with him an iron cage for the rabbit, and he disguised himself as a poor shepherd, and then he made the trek up the mountain. He asked Manuel to see the rabbits that could live so well up in these hot mountains, and Manuel blew the whistle, and they came to him. And at this point, the king was like, you can have any amount of money in the world for that rabbit, even though he's supposedly a poor shepherd. He's like, take $1 million. Manuel's like, oh, I'm not going to ask you how you made this.
No questions.
Poor shepherd.
I'll just take your toe ring.
Manuel said he would trade the rabbit for the ring on his toe.
On his little toe.
No, it was on his finger.
It's got a dolphin on it.
It was on his finger, but it did have a dolphin on it. The poor shepherd told him that, oh, okay, you could have the ring. But he said that his name was inscribed on the back. And he's like, please don't take it off and show anyone. Because, quote, that would bring me down low before my people. Mm-hmm. Dude, you're so bad at this.
Super bad at pretending not to be the king.
You're doing a bad job at not being the king. So Manuel agreed, and he let the king take the rabbit. But when he blew the whistle again, only 2 rabbits came to greet him. Mm. The one on the back of the king's horse couldn't get out of his little cage.
Oh.
So Manuel was sad, but there was nothing he could do. At the end of the 30 days, he gathered the 2 rabbits and he began walking down the mountain. On the way, he came across that witch again, at the market or something. Mm-hmm. And he told her what happened, and he's like, what do you think I should do? And the witch nodded and was like, oh, well, lucky for you, that rabbit hates being alone. He's an extrovert. He needs to be around other rabbits. So when you get a little closer to the castle, just blow the whistle again and he'll come to you, no problem.
What?
Yeah. I guess he got let out of his iron cage.
I guess.
So when he got to the palace, he did as he was told, and the rabbit came hopping up to him happily. But it was thin now, because they weren't feeding it, apparently.
What?
Yeah, and Manuel sighed and continued into the castle. He's like, I'll take care of this. Don't even worry about it, little guy. You're doing great. This was not your fault. When he stood before the king, Manuel was told that 2 of the rabbits were fat and healthy, as per their agreement. But the 3rd was so skinny. Too skinny. What the hell was wrong with it? Clearly something was wrong with it. He did not take good care of this rabbit. And Manuel told them that 3 days before he came, the one with the spot got very sick and couldn't get any food down. And that was why it was so sickly. You know, because it was hungry.
Yeah.
And the king pointed his finger at him and called him a big fat liar. He said, quote, you must fill a fack of... I'm having a strong...
Bames Non's having a strong gallivantulence.
The king pointed his finger at him and called him a big fat liar. He said, quote, you must fill a sack of lies, which will complete our account.
What?
I don't know what this means, and this is not explained, and I did search it. We're going to have to speculate. So Manuel told him to get the sack ready, brah, because he had a bunch of lies to tell. He started with, quote, when I was in the mountains, the princess came to buy a rabbit, at which the princess yelled, you lie, and Manuel said, put it in the sack.
Ooh.
Isn't that good? The king asked how he knew she was the princess, and Manuel held up her golden heart necklace and said, I have her golden heart. And the princess cried, you're lying. And he said, put it in the sack. Then he said, a few days later, the queen came to buy a rabbit, to which the king said, he's lying. And he pointed to the sack. He said, put it in. Go ahead. I'm filling it up. And then the king was like, how do you know it was the queen? And he said, I have her bracelet. And the queen called him a liar, and he said, into the sack, into the sack.
And then he put the queen into the sack.
In the sack. This is the origin of Krampus. Then he said, 3 days before my return, the king himself came to me to buy the rabbit. And the king said, you're lying. The sack is full. It's very full. Don't worry about it, guys. And he ended it there because the king was eager to end the game because he was afraid Manuel would tell everyone about his ring. And Manuel was like, well, I don't have to tell anyone because you ended the game. Good, thank you. He was given his fortune and he brought it back to his mother. And the last line is, quote, he and his mother then had a lot of everything and ever after they lived happily. The end.
I have a handful of thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
First, I hope that he got to keep the rabbits, because clearly they weren't taking care of them.
I hope so, too. It doesn't say that they ate them, so I'm going to say that he brought the rabbits home and they were his babies forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, a little surprised he didn't marry the princess in the end.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I was happy that it wasn't, you could have her hand in marriage. It was just like a sick, weird little rich person game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a game show.
Yeah.
Third, I'm very upset that we didn't get to hear the princess's riddle. And fourth, very upset that there were no riddles in this story.
My note also is that I was extremely upset that we don't hear her riddle. That really takes all of her, like, onus in this away. Mm-hmm. I thought that was my biggest criticism. I do want to show you the picture. Speaking of another cute child illustration.
I feel like I've consumed negative riddles. I feel like I've been eating the minus soup of riddles. Look at this. Adorable. It's an older woman. She has like feathers on a long cloak, and she's wearing a wrap around her hair that has a feather in it. And she has a long crooked cane with feathers tied around it. And she's wearing like a patchwork or like a checkered skirt. And she's holding like some kind of flute. I guess probably the whistle. Mm-hmm. And then there's a little boy and he's holding a pile of very fat rabbits and looking at her, and it's so cute. Those rabbits are so fat.
Yeah, the rabbits look very healthy, but also he's just cute. He has like big, sweet puppy dog eyes.
Mm-hmm. I also love that.
The clouds.
I do love the clouds, but also I really like that he's holding those rabbits the best that a person could hold 3 giant rabbits, which is to say not very well.
Giant, wriggly little rabbits. Yeah, this is an illustration of Manuel and the witch. And I thought that was cute. There's also another illustration, which I was surprised at. Well, there's a couple. There's the princess, but this is the illustration that they did for the Sack of Lies, and it's surprising to me.
Oh, it's like there's the king, the queen, and the princess in the background, and then Manuel is in the foreground, and he's holding open a big sack, and he's like using magic to put snakes in the sack. They're like flying through the air into the sack.
Yeah, so like clearly they were like the lies, like we're showing the lies by showing snakes, but that to me is like, no.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll put those illustrations up on Instagram. This folktale is from the Cape Verde Islands, but the original is called, quote, Jesper Who Herded the Hares, and it's a Scandinavian tale, and it can be found in the Violet Fairy book if you ever want to read it. Ooh. It's ATU type 570, the rabbit herd, or the Sack of Lies, which is part of the rabbit herd tale type. So...
interesting.
Yeah, apparently those two go together. The story is often compared to The Swineherd by Hans Christian Andersen, which I told on bonus episode 1, Duke Duke Goose, Alpha Theta Forever.
I thought one was the mermaid.
10 was the mermaid.
No, the Nixie, the Nix Pond.
Oh, I think that was number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, number 1 is Duke Duke Goose. It's the one where he has the magic pot, like he comes in and he's like a king in disguise, and he has a magic pot that when you light it on fire, you can smell anything anyone is cooking. And the princess is like, I want it. I want to smell what the rock is cooking. And then...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And her favorite song or game, we don't know what it is. It just says she was playing Here Comes the Duke A-Writing, and then we kept saying that it could be a game, and then the game was Duke Duke Goose. Anyway, it's a very funny episode. Please join the Patreon so you can listen to it. I fucking loved it. This is also reminiscent of the story of Samson in the Bible, and his riddle about seeing this dead lion. He just saw it and then went and told it, and then that's how he got married. No, that's a riddle he told at his wedding. Mm-hmm. That is episode 27, The Psychotic Cricket Man, and Hey There Delilah, What's It Like in Jawbone Heights, which is the only episode Max edited
and titled.
And it's a fucking good one.
It's a pretty good one.
Another variation of this story is about a child born with a whistle in his hand. So no witch involved, just he has a whistle when he comes out. Mm-hmm. When he would blow the whistle, rats from all over the world would come to listen.
Oh, that's like the Pied Piper.
Like the Pied Piper. The king hears him and wants that whistle, and the child must bring him several sacks of lies or be put to death.
Huh.
So I don't know what the sack of lies could represent. It could be an indictment of, like, corrupt politicians. It could also just be, like, buying time, kind of, or, like, how to lie without hurting people. I have no idea, genuinely, what this could symbolize. I think it might just be an indictment on the government, you know?
Mm-hmm. My thought is that it could be, like, the liar's bench kind of thing, where it's, like, a collection of stories. Like, you have to go out and bring back stories, maybe? Or, like...
Could be. I mean, we did just tell... I did just tell the story of Cormac McArt going to Fairy about having to tell the truth in order to, like, cook meat and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, the sack of lies is very specific, and I couldn't find much on it, to be honest, so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But to me, I feel like it's just politicians are bad, and they get rich off lies, basically.
Yeah.
You know? And then, like, if you are a good enough liar, you can maybe get part of that fortune.
I like that this is the Dadaist political cartoon episode.
100%. So if you're keeping track at home, capitalism, bad. Government, bad.
Careful what you wish for.
Careful what you wish for. And Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Okay. Well, Max, that's about it. Do you have any thoughts for the final episode of the year?
Oh my god, no pressure.
Max, take us out. Just know that this is what's going to wrap up all of 2023 for Sword of the Story.
Many of the systems in place in our society are designed to make you feel less powerful than you are. And what you can do about that is burn them to the ground.
I thought you were going to say unionize.
Also that. If a system is unjust, it does not deserve to persist into the new year.
Yeah.
Your New Year's resolution is to destroy the capitalist back-breaking society that we exist in.
Also, go watch Hunger Games, LOL.
Destroy your oppressors.
Oh my god. Okay, so you heard it here first. Happy New Year.
And Merry Christmas.
Fucking Merry Christmas. Okay. Well, do you have any other, like, genuinely, like, I don't think we have to end with anything crazy. I think that
was very genuine.
All right. Well,
no, this has been a really great year for the podcast, and we're so glad that you guys are all here. We are so thankful for you.
This was our second year, and the best one yet, to be honest. It was good.
Yeah.
We had a little mini uptake in listenership. We started our Patreon.
Yes.
We started doing bonus episodes. We're having a great time with those.
Yeah, we did live episodes a couple of times. This was a really great year, and we also got to, get to be friends with a bunch of our listeners, and that's pretty amazing.
We made actual legitimate friendships on our Discord, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope that you're still having fun, and we'll see you fuckers in the new year.
And hey, if you want to give us a late Christmas present, or just like a winter gift, or a end of 2023 gift, go rate and review us on iTunes, por favor. That would make me feel very good. And join us on Instagram, and join the Patreon, and check out our TikTok. There's not much there, but there's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Email me a riddle.
You know what?
Please, God, email me a riddle.
At sortofthestory@gmail.com. I will say the TikTok is a platform for people to tag us in videos where people tell stories that they like. Mm-hmm. And I've been really appreciating it. I like that.
I love it.
Okay. And you know what, guys? We won't see you for the next 2 weeks unless you are part of the Patreon, and then you'll see us at the bonus episode. But we hope you have the best fucking New Year's ever, and that 2023 is amazing for you.
Yes. Okay. We will see you in the new year.
See you next year. Bye. Testing. I almost said hello.
That would have really thrown me off and been really bad for me.
Yeah. Because usually you're the one that says hello during the tests.
Yeah. Because I never know when they're starting. I'm on the wrong side of the computer.
That's true. I really am on the right side of the computer.
Yeah. And the right side of history.
I'm on the right side of history. You would need to rethink your politics and position at the table.
Janey.
Yeah.
I've decided.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I want to be a Libra anymore.
Libra. My brain was like, you don't want to be a liberal anymore?
Nope. I've decided I'm going a hard right.
Why not? I love Libras. Specifically only because of you, I guess. I don't have any other context for Libras, but whenever I hear Libra now, I'm like, oh yeah, nice, kind of quiet, smart, strong, hot as hell, ass won't quit. Libra.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I've decided that I am an Aries, is what I've decided.
You are not an Aries.
I've decided that I am, so...
Max, everything I just described does not describe an Aries, except for maybe the ass won't quit part.
I am not quiet.
I think you're fairly quiet.
I am not.
I think you're not quiet. How do I describe this? Around people you know, you are very outgoing. But you are more reserved when you first meet people. You're not like a loud dresser. You have like a lot of like neutral colors. I think you're fairly quiet. Calming, maybe. Maybe that's the word I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
You're not like an overstimulating person. And I do feel like there's a lot of loud people out there, you know?
Yeah, I don't like to go into situations and be loud immediately, but also if it's like weird and quiet, I am perfectly comfortable stepping up and being like, hey, okay, so I'm the person talking now, like let's,
I don't think there's no such, I think that it's possible for there to be quiet leaders or for people to be like, this is a situation in which I am the most qualified to be talking, but I don't think that makes you a loud person. I consider you fairly quiet. I consider myself not at all quiet.
You're pretty quiet too.
Even when I don't want to be addressing people, I am the loudest person in the room.
That's also me. Yeah, I don't think I have like an opinion on where I am as far as quiet or loud. But also I just literally have never identified with basically anything that anyone's ever said about a Libra. And so I've decided...
Libra's the one that's with the scales, right? You are very measured.
Sure.
Libra. You're also pretty purple. Libra. The two things I know to be true about Libras. Well, measured and purple.
I just don't feel like either of those are the case.
Also, if anybody has a personality of somebody born in the month of October, you have a very born in October personality.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I'm an October Aries. I've decided that that's a thing. I've been questioning my zodiac identity for some time.
Okay.
And I've been on the lookout, and I've decided that what fits the trends of my self-perception most accurately is Aries.
Aries, like center of attention, fiery Aries?
No.
That's Aries. Mm-mm. Red. You're not a red person, Max. You're a purple person.
I feel pretty red. I don't feel very purple.
That's so wild to me because... Guys, please weigh in. Is Max red or purple?
I feel like I'm like a rust red person. In my soul. In my heart.
I just don't see it.
I also feel like a lot of depictions of Libras are like, hey, they can like, you know, really... They have a hard time like choosing between two positions and everything like that. And I feel like that's not the case. I feel like Aries is usually depicted as being much more like justice driven and decisive. And I think that that's more of who I am.
Have you considered your crystal collection?
Yes.
And your shelf of oddities? Mm-hmm. That to me screams Libra.
No.
Oh, this is throwing me.
Yeah.
Listen, I guess it's not up for me to argue that you think that you were assigned Libra at birth. You are a self-identified Aries. But I just don't know if I can make the switch personally. Oh, who's on the wrong side of history now?
Definitely.
This was a fucking setup. I am not a crook.
Anyways, just something ridiculous I've been thinking about lately. I'm not taking it seriously. To be clear, this is just something that, as much as I believe that to the degree that I believe in the zodiac, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not that though.
The things that describe me sound more like this.
Yeah.
I am on the cusp of Aries and Taurus. I am on the 23rd. It switches to the 21st. I was supposed to be born on the 19th. Apparently just hung out for a while. Just enjoyed where I was at. Then I died.
Oh.
And I came out real dramatic and, I think here's the thing about me. I do think I died on purpose.
You came out and you were like, oh, I don't want any part of this, actually.
No. It was just that, like, the circumstances around my birth and also the entire pregnancy and all that stuff like that were a little bit, like, dramatic. Like, my dad was like, I don't want another kid, and my parents were fighting all the time. And I do think I heard, like, in the ether, I don't want another kid. And I was like, well, then fuck you!
Wow, I can see where I'm not wanted.
And when I say I was I was a fucking spoiled brat after that. But I'll just say, I think my personality lines up almost specifically well with Taurus, with everything about Taurus, with the color green, which is, as we all know, Taurus. Mm-hmm. I just think it's all Taurus. Mm-hmm. My mother is insistent that I'm not a Taurus. She's like, you are the most Aries person in the world. You're a fucking Aries, and that's all that'll be said. The only thing about you that's Taurus is that you're stubborn. But other than that, you're Aries. But I do feel like it's derogatory when she says it, where she's like, center of attention, terrible human being, very much like a social liberal, like Aries.
I think of Taurus as being like a sort of like a whole wheat yellow, a little bit like a dark yellow, like a caramel yellow.
Sacrilege. It's green.
I also feel like if I had to put you somewhere, I would put you as a Taurus, but I would put you as a Gemini cusper.
Gross. How dare. Enemy for life.
I mean it as a positive thing.
No, I'm a Taurus Aries cusper. Mm-hmm. Red and green. Christmas. Thoughts?
It's fine. I have a Christmas story for you today.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. For Christmas.
Okay. I'm going to end this test now.
Okay.
Do you feel properly tested?
I feel like I have been tested and I have been found to be honest and true.
Let's see.